Speaking of bad contracts, Trevor Story opts in, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, needed it. We did a lot of
it.
clapping early. Usually we only do that for Series MVP.
Well, we don't have Series MVP.
No, I understand that, but we don't necessarily have to make up for it by clapping elsewhere.
I want to clap a little bit.
All right, well then, I'm sorry.
Trevor
That's on
Story's
me.
back, baby.
Yeah,
Trevor
all right.
Story's back. And he will be here through the 2027 season. I think that's official. Never in my days have I known such a confusing contract. So I feel like there might actually be one more mutual vesting option in there.
So I know that if he had opted out, we could have opted into his 2028 and reverse optioned him, so he would have had to stay. I don't know what happens with 2028 now, but I know that was
the table.
Had he said no, we could have enacted 2028 and made him stay.
So we could have had Trevor longer if he didn't want to be here.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. 2028 it's just a straight club option now, I think.
I don't think so. I think it's a club option if he leaves. Well,
because it said he opted out. He declined his 2026 3-year $55 million or declined his 2026 option. Now he has 3 years, $55 million remaining. So it would be a third year of $25 million.
But that's not $55 million.
How is that $55 million?
Those numbers don't add up.
How is that $55 million? Spot Track, figure it out.
I'm pretty sure we have him through 2027 now. But
I think so. I think he's for sure here through 2027.
Well,
there may or may not be a club option, and may or may not be a club option on the tail end of it. So stupid, dude. I remember when he signed it, they were like, he signed a 7-year deal, but it might be a 4-year deal, or it could be a 5-year deal. They could also make it 8, but maybe 7. We'll say 7, but it can't actually be 7.
Story opts in the final 2 years of contract with Red Sox. And now it's saying $50 million according to MLB.com.
Yeah, 2 years of $25 million.
He's gonna be here. That's what matters. He's gonna be here this year, and then after that, he can. It doesn't matter.
Is it a $5 million option in 2028?
There's no chance in hell. No.
I'm looking.
Hey, it's not.
Is it a $5 million?
No, it's not a $5 million option. The options are always way bigger. I think it was just in Mass Live saying $55 million, but he signed a 6-year, $140 million deal.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and do all that math. What I will say is, welcome back, Trevor Story. One more clap.
Oh my God!
Welcome back.
This guy with claps.
And you may be asking yourself, why, Trevor? Why do you want to stay here? What is going on, man? Why do you want to be here so bad?
$25 million. 2028.
What do you want to be here so bad, Trev? I'll tell you exactly why. He said, quote, "To me, it's pretty simple. There's not another organization I want to be a part of. I'm just in love with the place and got some unfinished business. I came here for a reason and we're finally good. I'm not going to leave when it's time to start skyrocketing. Also, just with the resources that we have being the Red Sox, we know that the front office and ownership are going to keep adding to the group. All things considered, it just feels like a rocket ship is about to take off." End quote. He's not wrong. He's absolutely not wrong. And here's the thing. I would like to believe that, Scott.
He also said, now it's time to take the next step. All of the messaging to me, all of the conversations with the front office have matched up with that perfectly. That's really all I care about.
He also said that. Here's the thing, dude. 2 years, $50 million.
Maybe 55, depending on
maybe 55. We
which
don't
doesn't
know.
make sense. I assume there is some sort of buyout that's $5 million for 2028, and that's why some people are attaching it, some people are not, because that would make way more sense than the club option being $5 million. A buyout being $5 million would make a ton of sense. So some people would include that. It's technically 2 years, $50 million, but there's a little bonus there.
Mm-hmm.
One probably heard it from the agent. One person probably heard it from the team.
Let's call it 55. 2 years, $55 million. Would a 32-year-old Trevor Story with some injury history, and by some I mean way too much,
the most of it, all of it,
would he be able to fetch more than that on the open market, more than 2 years, $55 million after a 4-win season in his age 32 career? It's 32 season.
With not great defensive metrics, but the eye test says he's good at shortstop. I would say, to me, no, because the way I would look at it, he's the perfect example of a guy that would get a 1-year prove it deal, and then you'll see the year after that. But I can't imagine anyone being bold enough to sign up for multiple years of Trevor Story at a high AAV, knowing what he has been so far, which, like, obviously, he's good if he's healthy, but he's not been that in a very long time. I mean, he was this year, but that was, an outlier based on the last few years, and he's also an older shortstop. So, yeah, I don't know, but I think maybe a 1-year deal he could have signed for more money, but I don't think he could have gotten more total dollars.
I don't know if he could have either. Like, more than 25 million. Like, could you see Trevor Story getting $30 million right now? Like, it's
what
weird.
Would be the most? What would you say he could get? I don't think he could get 1 year $30 million, and I also don't think he could get 3 years $60 million. So I don't know how he would beat what he currently has.
360 feels more likely.
Yes, agreed. But why would you ever sign a 3-year deal with Trevor Story at this point in time?
Well, if you're Trevor Story, why would you sign a 3-year deal? You know what I mean? Like, that also.
Well, no, that's my point. It never made sense from anyone's perspective for him to. He was opting in. That's why it was a joke.
Because, like, here's the thing. The reason I bring that up is because I would have loved to look at that quote and been like, well, you have to believe the guy. He gives you no choice, because if he was on the market, he could go fetch an extra dollar. Probably not. Well, no. I believe that he means that. The team is, like, he's not wrong. Like, they have lit a fuse on a rocket that's about to go off, hopefully. But
he didn't have to. I mean, I agree with the whole, like, he had to say this is where I want to be part, but he didn't have to say that I talked to ownership and we're on the same page and they want to win. He could have easily just said.
But here's the thing. Kike said the same thing. Kenley said the same thing. Like, there were so many guys in the past that have been like, ownership told me they're going to fucking do something, and they, didn't.
I think they lied, because Kenley talked about that for like 3 years, and I don't think that, not lying. Maybe they didn't lie, but I think they missed out on some guys they thought they could get and ended up with a much worse offseason than they anticipated. Or maybe Heim was told no at later stages. I don't think that's going to happen with Craig, especially where you have Theo in there.
Craig or
somewhere,
Kike came back for 1 year, signed a 1-year extension because he was like, I had a conversation and they are serious about going in.
You should get excited.
And then that was the Lucas Giolito offseason, where they got Lucas Giolito and nobody else.
I thought no, that was the.
It was going into 24. I thought that was
Yoshida.
Was that the Yoshida year? No, it was the year they didn't.
Because it was Kenley. Because Kenley also said the same thing. And we were in winter meetings when we got Yoshida. That feels like that. Because I was working at Nesson when he said that.
It was 23 that we got Yoshida. That was 23.
Yeah, not 4.
So I think it was the year after that.
No, because I was at Nesson.
Either way, they never got better. They've said this before. That's what I'm getting at. They've said it before and been like, well, ownership says they're going in.
Heim has said it, but Craig, to his credit, has not been shy with aggressiveness.